What is going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Football Smack Talk Show. I am your host, Ryan.
I'm Eric.
Welcome in, everybody, as we celebrate another Eagles win here on a Victory Monday. Eric, let's get right into it. Since again, we apologize, we started a little late, so let's get right into it, Eric. Initial thoughts of the game. Where was your head at? Were you focusing on maybe some of the sloppiness, the negative, or were you maybe looking towards some of the positive notes from this game?
Well, I'd like to think I was doing a little bit of both. That first quarter, oh boy, that was a rough one for the offense. Boy, it just I don't know how to say this. I don't want to come across as an alarmist when I say this, but
Oh boy.
what I've seen from last year and the start of that game on Friday night is Jalen just has no respect for the football. Like he's careless with it.
Well, listen, I will call you an alarmist. I think the first one was a bad decision. I think the second one, he was just simply a split late combined with a slip from AJ Brown and the rest is history. But and yeah, listen, maybe this is a product of not playing in the preseason.
Yeah, it
Uh,
almost seems like maybe Jalen and Cam Jurgens could have had a little bit more time together.
perhaps. Yeah, I mean, they certainly did. Cam didn't have a great game from that, aspect of things. But um, yeah, I mean, again, there's a lot that I suppose we could say. Uh, Daniel checking in. What's going on, buddy? And our buddy Sal. What up, boys? Saquon is a beast.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
that's my other major takeaway. Saquon Barkley is a bad man.
so I still want to. I guess you kind of gave the political down the middle answer, but it seemed like you went right to Jalen's negative. So
Sure.
perhaps that's where your head is at, given time after the game. Is that fair assessment?
Yeah. Look, I never like to go too extreme. Like that's just like
Just whatever's in your heart, man. Just say it. Don't pussyfoot down the middle there, bud.
look, the way this game started, it really made me question is Jalen the guy.
Okay, and after the game.
Look, after the game, hey, look, we found another way to win. And it's funny, even though our defense gave up a ton of points, I kind of went away thinking the defense played with more intensity than I was expecting.
Well, yeah, I think long and short, the defense was better than
Yeah.
I had thought. Jalen was a little sloppy in the beginning. I thought, you know,
And
got
look,
a
if he
little better.
straightens it out, I'll be the first to come out
Well, listen,
here
I
and
I think if this is 5, straight games of
mhm.
us saying, well, it wasn't great, but we still got the win," then yes, I think we need to be concerned
It
at that
felt
point.
a lot like the 2023
Alri
Eagles beginning of the
Sure,
season.
sure, but let's think of the factors that go into it. The lack of preseason, the fact that they were on foreign soil, the fact they were on
Oh,
awful.
that was a trash field. Like,
Well,
whoever like, that field is garbage.
listen, again, it's a
Now,
soccer.
it's not designed to be a football field. I
Uh,
get
and
it.
and listen, yes, you're right. The cleats in soccer are certainly
They're
a little
different, yeah.
different.
Mhm.
The quick movement. It's not to say that soccer players don't, you know, jump
It's
off,
just different. Yeah,
accelerate. It's few and far between. Football. It's jump cuts. It's quick movements. It's
right.
changing direction on a dime. It's constant. So yes, for football, it was not great. So I think all of that combined with the fact that Green Bay is a very good team, The fact they were in a foreign country on terrible, um, soil, if you will.
Yeah, which is why I want to reserve judgment with some of the things. I know I started off, I came right out of the gate swinging a little bit, and now I kind of backtrack a little bit and say I want to reserve a little bit of judgment. So, like you asked, what my gut reaction was. Yeah, my gut reaction was really kind of starting to question, like, whether Jalen's the dude because of the turnovers, because it felt a lot like the beginning of last season. And look, we all know, like we've talked about it how many times, man, those first 11 weeks last week, they were fool's gold.
Yeah, last
They
year,
were.
definitely. It certainly seemed like
Yeah.
it. Dives checking in. The Eagles have some good linebackers. What world is
Yeah.
this?
So when's
Yeah,
your Zach Bond jersey coming in?
very funny. I'm gonna say Jordan Love is wildly overrated, and the Packers don't look nearly as good as people say. Our man Q checking in. Hurts had a bad game and a great game in the same game. Yeah, listen,
Yeah.
you're kind of not wrong there. There were a few bad decisions. I think when you look at his numbers with motion versus without it, they're staggering.
Yeah.
Uh,
And
Without
look,
motion is the two interceptions. His completion percentage is like 20% versus the opposite when he had motion. That's when the touchdowns happen. That's when his completion percentage was at like 75-80%. So obviously you can't run motion every play, but
no.
there's something to that, obviously. Not happening, Eric, not breaking my jersey rule.
What is
Um,
this jersey rule? I'm
yeah, what
curious now.
is the jersey rule? I clearly don't have any rules.
Yeah, your rule is if there's a
Yeah,
jersey available, you'll get it.
yeah, if there's a jersey and a number I need, I'm getting it. Yeah, what number is that one? He's 53?
53. Yeah, which I know you're probably already planning your
Yeah, that
introduction.
it's that
Yeah,
it's a non-starter. I don't need that. So,
yeah.
sorry, no Zach Bond jersey. No matter how good he ends up being, I
Now, if he
don't.
moved his number to 52, let's throw it out there.
That would be different, yeah. Listen,
Yeah.
I am happy that Coupe de Jean hasn't changed his number, so far, but I'm scared, like, after the rookie season, he's going to, but, um, I'm
He doesn't
still
buy current jerseys. Okay. So, have you gotten your Jason Kelsey now?
well, hold let me get there at least.
All right.
The 2 touchdown passes were perfect, says Q. His passes on the last drive were on the money and kept moving the chains. Yeah, that was a great drive, but took
Yeah.
about 7.5 minutes off. I don't buy current jerseys. I'll buy a BG jersey next summer. Wow. So that I
So,
guess
that's
this
the
does
ask.
mean that
Did you
Kelsey
get your
is
Jason
eligible this
Kelsey?
year
Yeah,
for
yeah.
wow. Listen, I get it. I understand this way Dives doesn't get hurt.
Sure.
He doesn't get burned. It's understandable. I don't mind it. I bought my daughter a Jason Kelsey jersey a few months ago. So, yeah.
There you go.
I do need to get, my son a Kelsey jersey. So if you know anywhere to get, non-$80 jerseys for kids that is halfway decent, let me know.
Yeah, right.
I would love to not spend that much money on a jersey that he's gonna grow out of in 6 months. Anyway,
I hear.
yeah, listen, um, you know me. I'm a little
Mhm.
bit more of a positive guy.
Mhm.
I like to take a look at the positivities, and who I was actually watching the game with, the Smith family, I'll just say as a whole, um, very negative, very reactive. Our buddy Shane, I think that first interception stood up, threw the hat, ran out of the room, cursing and screaming. The brother, your best friend,
Yeah, my
uh,
best friend.
yeah, he was doing the same thing, cursing and screaming and this, that, and the other, the whole family. I was like, guys, relax. It's early.
How
It's
did
early.
Shane's mom take it?
She was surprisingly very good. She was out of the Smith family, she was the best one, which
Well, we
just
know the
shocked.
dad was loving it. We know Spider was
Oh,
loving
well, yeah, yeah, yeah. Eventually, though, the brother and the dad got into it, and he was pretty quiet there towards the
Well,
end.
my best friend and Spider got into it.
Yeah, they sure did. They sure did.
No, geez.
I got a Bond jersey in the shopping cart. There you go. Let's
Nice.
go. That's good. Zach Bond will have a freaking statue outside his Xfinity Live if he plays like that every week. Yeah,
Oh,
listen, you're not
sure.
wrong. 15 total tackles, 2 sacks. Yeah, it's I'd say that's
He
pretty
had a
darn.
night.
He had a night.
He enjoyed Brazil.
Yeah. So again, looking at the positives, yes, Jalen made some bad decisions. Let's be honest. He didn't have his greatest
Sure.
game. And I think, you know, I'm gonna chalk this to new offense, not playing in the preseason, playing in Brazil. Um, I would like to see improvement on Monday night.
Yeah,
And
there
however
definitely
that
needs
comes,
to be improvement.
however that comes,
Mhm.
there's a multitude of different ways that that could come. So I'm gonna reserve the judgment until next week. If it regresses a little bit even further, all right, then I'm gonna be a little concerned. But if it's status quo or it's only slightly better, I'm gonna say, all right, you know what? I'm still okay. I'm not hitting the panic button. As far as the rest of the offense, wow, Saquon Barkley.
Yeah,
Um,
he was a
just
beast.
better than advertised. I'm
Mhm.
surprised they used him as much considering the field, especially after that first play. But he
That
ends
first play had me worried.
well, listen, he certainly overcame quite a bit. He ended up with 109 yards, 24 attempts. I can't remember the last time we gave 24 rushing attempts to a running back. Um,
Kenny Gainwell never got 24 attempts. Oh man,
yeah,
I know
sadly.
it felt like he did a few
All right.
times.
All right. 2 on the ground. He also had 2 catches for 23 yards in the touch, 3 touchdowns. First Eagle to have 3 touchdowns in his premier game since TO.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
yeah, and it's funny. I also looked into it as well. Guess how many times his whole entire Giant career? Guess how many times Saquon Barkley had 3 touchdowns?
none.
Just take a wild guess. No, no, come on. Saquon Barkley.
Okay, 3 times.
Wrong again. 1. He's already tied it.
Well, all right. Well, now we
Yeah.
got to get him another one this week, and he can break that mark.
Well, listen, just
I
like
feel like it's
Dive
reasonable
said,
expectations.
if he plays like that, Bond plays like that every week. I think if Saquon plays like that every week, he'll own Xfinity Live, and have statues everywhere.
Yeah.
So, yeah, listen, it was fantastic, Dives. Um, how poetic is this? Saquon had more rushing yards, more points, and more 30-yard plays than the New York Giants did as a whole team in week 1. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's all right. We're just gonna sit here and pick on Giants fans.
I mean, listen, you're the one who let him go.
I know. I think it's hilarious. Like, but screw it. Let's just keep
Yeah, I was
going there.
gonna
It's
say,
fun.
since when are you being soft on Giants fans?
No, never.
So yeah, cut it out. Uh, anyway, so AJ Brown looked really good. A little slow starter, but eventually got into it and into it
Yeah,
in a big way. I mean, I thought Devontae was probably outside of Barkley, the player of the game. Um,
agreed.
he was just so clutch every time that we needed a first down, especially in that last drive. He was right there. Um,
Oh, he
you know,
was clutch in that last
his
drive.
his
Yeah,
body control is absolutely unreal. Um, I mean, and everybody, again, everybody is just wanting to gloss over those 2 facts of Brown and Smith, but focus on the fact that our new wide receiver number 3 had 1 target, with no catches, and it's like, who cares, guys? Settle down. Like,
yeah. I
give
don't
'em a
care even a
like
little bit.
again, it's week 1. Give people a second to get into the season,
Yeah,
Like, let's not criticize. Thought Dallas Goedert could have been a little better. Again, he
Yeah,
didn't.
no, he was a subject of discussion pregame in our group chat.
He sure was. And what was that discussion, Eric?
It was a make or break time for Dallas Goedert. Like he's gotta produce. He needs to have that big time year that we've
Do you,
all been saying, oh wow, we really think this year could be a breakout year for him. And then the next year will be, oh no, maybe this year will be a breakout year. And
do you remember what was the catalyst for this conversation?
no, I don't.
There was one person whose name I will not name because I'm sure he's hiding.
Okay.
He I don't know if he guaranteed it, but he sure tweeted it saying he's predicting that Dallas Goedert would get 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
Yeah. That did not happen, obviously.
It did not.
No. Dallas Goedert, what? 4 catches for 31 yards? Very
Yeah,
blah.
I remember I put in a bet. He was in a group or whatchamacallit, same game parlay, and I think he had to have like 25 or like something receiving yards. He got his mark. I won the parlay, but
Oh, well, there you go. That's how lucky of you.
yeah, yeah.
33 offensive touchdowns in week 1. Everyone was rusty. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Dibes.
No,
Offense
that's fair.
around the league, quarterback play around the league in general was really bad.
I mean, how's it in Cincinnati right now?
Right, Burrow played like hot garbage.
Yeah,
I mean, jeez,
cost
everybody
me
played
one
like crap.
teaser. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, listen, outside of like Baker Mayfield, who looked like a stud, everybody else
yeah,
got very pedestrian weeks. Even Jaden Daniels, who was the hot rookie, ran a lot. He did great, but couldn't throw for to save his life. Terry McLaurin was non-existent, which is never good when you have no other wide receivers in Washington. Caleb Williams didn't look great. You think he threw for under 50% completion percentage, and
the Bears just won because of their defense and specialty. This is reminding you of old Bears teams.
yeah, right. So yeah, listen. Overall, Dibs is right. The offense, and specifically the quarterback play around the league, a garbage. So hopefully, hopefully this is all just a preseason kind of thing, and if that's the case, the NFL needs to fix it. We need to fix how we do things.
Yeah, either more practices.
Well, that's the thing. It's like
Yeah,
the Eagles have joint practices. They practice, you
yeah.
know, generally are pretty hard. I would say, but maybe not the hardest. But yeah, something needs to get done. Like I don't know. I
And
still
and
am
I'm glad now we can finally put the whole Jalen didn't throw an interception in all of training camp. That stat meant a lot.
obviously. Um, but yeah, listen. Defensively, obviously outside of Bond, I thought Dean looked really good,
Yeah,
especially in
he
the
really did.
run. Honestly, I was so proud of him. Q, I thought was really good. Again, he's a
Yes.
rookie, so he still certainly could make
He
mistakes.
dropped the one interception he had a shot at.
Who?
He had or
Who we're
Quinyon
talking
Mitchell. Q.
I don't think he had one. Did he? I
No,
mean, he
he
might have
also dropped like he had a chance for one and dropped it.
well, that was Dean for sure.
Was he the one that had the chance at the pick six there? Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one he read it beautifully and just
Yeah. Oh man, that was such a
yeah,
shame.
and
Well,
that
yeah,
would
I
have been.
mean, there's a reason he
I
plays
mean,
defense.
well, right, exactly, but obviously I would have been. Oh my god, I would have been jumping
You'd have
up.
been through, like you would have jumped from wherever you're watching it and landed at the old man's house.
I would have, and then probably powerbomb somebody specific off that deck.
Oh yeah,
Celebration,
absolutely.
but yeah, listen, but no, overall for Q, I would say, not only did I think he played really good,
Hmm.
uh, he also again he was talking, and he just absolutely
Oh, I love the way he plays. Yeah.
Absolutely. Like he is. I mean, think about it. He's going up against AJ Brown and Devontae Smith practices. What better duo are you gonna face to try and get better every single day? It's those two.
Yeah.
So I was absolutely in love with his performance as a rook. Coop DeJean only got in there for a few plays. He didn't really have an impact, unfortunately. Trot didn't even get in. Unfortunately, I would have thought he would have been had a little bit more, considering that White was out. But I guess they decided to kind of stick to the two linebacker
Right.
set, and those two linebackers pretty much played. I think Bond played every snap, and I think Dean played 95% of the snaps. So, and the other time he wasn't out there, or they were just playing one linebacker. So, yeah, it just kind of didn't work out, but which is all right for Trot. It's all good. Yeah, I thought the more concerning thing was somebody like Bryce Huff.
Yeah.
Um, he
He
did
did
not look,
not. No.
and he was barely out there, which I assumed he would maybe be on some sort of snap count, but not this low. Not the
Right.
fact that Brandon Graham is out, out snapping you. You
Yeah, I
need
wasn't expecting that at all.
you needed to be ramped up. I understand that process, but you gotta start a little bit higher there. What will our record be at the bye? Ask Q. So our bye is week 5. So that
Right.
means 4 games. Eric, I'll let you start.
I'll say
Who
3-1.
Okay, and who's our one loss?
It would be to either New Orleans or Tampa. All right, you asked me to choose one. I'll say New Orleans.
Yeah. The who?
New Orleans.
Okay.
We tend to have
Um,
trouble down there, and I just feel like, look, winning in Brazil like I had kind of already in my mind chalked that one up as probably a loss. The one in
you
the
did
Brazil
actually
game.
when we did our
Yeah,
win-loss. You did.
yeah, and like the fact that we won that, I still think we end up 3-1 at the bye. Just New Orleans always a funny place. Not that I really think the Saints are better than the Eagles. I feel like it sometimes is just a weird place for the Eagles.
Yeah, I get that. Um, yeah, now both games are away. Saints, again, they playing against Carolina, so, anybody can look good
Oh
against
yeah,
them.
I'm not. Yeah, that doesn't really sway me.
And who the Bucks beat
Washington
Washington, yeah, so another crap team.
again. That doesn't really move my needle.
Yeah, you know what? I'll say it.
You'll say 4-0?
I'll say 4 now. I just again, we're playing the NFC South. I don't think any one of those teams look necessarily that good. I think we're about
Yeah,
to play Kirk in prime time. Atlanta offense didn't really look all that great if it wasn't for Bijan. Um, so and I honestly thought our rush defense was really good at times. So
yeah,
um,
yeah. They really played well.
yeah. So yeah, I'll go 4 now, honestly.
Okay.
I think when we originally did it, I think I had them at 3-1 at this point too. I think I
Hmm.
maybe had them losing it to Tampa. Um, but no, honestly,
I
I
do
think
think if we lose to Tampa, that we go into New Orleans and win because I feel like this team like they're a really good team. The Eagles. And,
we play New Orleans first.
oh, do we? Okay, I thought. Why did I think it was Tampa first?
No, it's Atlanta, New Orleans, then uh,
Okay.
Tampa. Yeah, then the bye, then the lowly Browns, who God they look terrible.
Yeah.
Ah, 2-2.
No. No. Q. Come on.
Ew. Ew. Thought we were cool, man.
Right.
Mm, not cool. Not cool. I would love to know who we're losing to. Listen, I still think that Green Bay overall is still one of the better teams in the NFC.
Yes.
Not top, not elite, but one of the better teams. Considering we don't play San Fran, um, and we don't play Detroit, they're
Right.
probably going to be the best NFC team that we play. And we played like, let's be honest, we played sloppy as hell. We gave up 3 turnovers, and we ended up still scoring 34 points. So that
Yeah,
means
that's pretty amazing.
right, our offense has the ability to get out there and really play, you know, really score some points. Obviously, it's not going to be like that every week, but what I'm saying is I like the potential. I look at Atlanta. They are a much improved team. Yes, they did not play great, uh, as many teams didn't play great. But I will say this, it's Kirk Cousins in prime time. It's an Eagles actual home game. It's
Yeah.
Monday night. We're gonna be sauced up and fired up, and there ain't no way that Atlanta is coming into our house and walking out with a W.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you. There's no way that Atlanta's coming in here and getting a win over this Eagles team.
And listen, I get it on the road, anything can happen. They haven't been great in Tampa, New Orleans. Let's be honest, they're hot garbage. They played hotter garbage, and that's the whole reason why they ended up winning
Sure.
against Carolina. Carolina looks so bad. Um, I just don't see it. I listen. Things happen. It's the NFL. Teams lose to teams they shouldn't all the time. So listen, I could. It's certainly possible, Q. But I really, really hope it's not the case. And if it is, 2 and 2, I really, really hope I don't have to witness a loss. Because there's
Yeah,
nothing
right.
worse than getting up early, getting your car packed, driving all the
Well, I
way down.
will say we won't be getting up that early on Monday because it's a Monday night game.
Incorrect.
What time are you getting up?
I well, I don't sleep past 8 o'clock normally.
Well, yeah, I don't either,
But so okay, so there's that. But I'll be leaving. Uh, Honestly, if I can somehow figure out not have to take Larry down, I'm gonna. 'Cause I would love to get there early enough to be one of the top guys in line, so that when
hmm
we get in, I can get one of the nice spots by the corner so we get a little grass area to ourselves.
okay,
So, that could be very beneficial for us.
agreed. Yeah, hey, I'd be in for that.
But listen, if not, whatever. Whenever they let me in, this is when I'll be there, so
Well, yeah,
but I already have off Monday, I already have off Tuesday. But anyway,
that's
as
right.
I said, I really, really can't like, there's nothing worse than doing all that tailgating, doing the whole 9 yards, walking into the stadium, energy packed entire night, blah, 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 just to lose. And then you walk out all somber, and you have to sit in effing traffic
Yeah,
and deal.
that is the worst
That
feeling.
is like the worst feeling. E-Money checking in, go Birds! Our man E-Money, what up? Yeah, so listen, if we're losing to the Saints and the Bucks, I feel like we got some problems.
Well, again, like one or the other, I can kind of tolerate, but you can't lose to
Right.
both.
I could see 3-1, but I can't do 2-2. Sorry, Q. I feel like you're a little bit more critical than I am. I'm more of a positive person. People have certainly called me a homer, and I don't really care. That's just who I am. I'm more of a positive person. I choose to look at the positives rather than harp on the
Sure.
negatives. And that doesn't mean that I'm not critical. I can be certainly, like I said. It's not like I'm going, "Hey, Jalen Hurts had a perfect game. He's the best. I love me some Jalen Hurts." No, Jalen made horrible decisions on Friday night. Uh, some that should have cost us this game
Yeah,
and put us in a very big hole. And if it wasn't for the defense, we're bending but not breaking. and standing on their head and only giving up field goals there for some of
Right.
those
It kind of
turnovers.
felt like, and I know my
The
cousin
game
Nicholas.
should and
Oh,
could have
sorry.
been a lot. Oh, what just happened?
Oh, I don't know what just happened, but I know Nicholas said to me during that game on Friday night, he said, man, it kind of reminded him a lot of the Eagles 49ers game early on when, man, the first couple possessions, the 49ers couldn't get anything going. And then all of a sudden they got clicking and it was off to the races. And especially when they were only down 6-0. Like, as bad as they played, it was still one possession, one big play. We're right back in this thing, and we have the lead, and that's kind of what happened. And once we did, like, it's like once this offense got humming, it's like, oh wait, no, this is who we are.
Yeah. So, yeah. So we have obviously we will not be on air next Monday night as we will be down tailgating. Who knows? We might be coming to you live just for like a short little hello from the tailgate, but otherwise we will be there down there tailgating in lot M. So if you are going to be down at the game in any fashion, please reach out to Eric or I just to say, hey, I'm coming down. Where you guys at specifically? And we'll direct you to the tailgate. Have a beer with us. We'll talk some birds. Yeah, that sounds good. So hopefully we see some of y'all down there. Usually we fly our Philly Sports Alliance flag. I'm still trying to get Big Al to get me a big old EOP flag as well. But maybe one day. But other than that, we will see you guys next time. We do appreciate everybody chiming in from YouTube, Facebook, X. We appreciate all the love and support. Please make sure you're following EOP for all of your Philadelphia sports podcasts. Give it a like, follow, share, give it a rating, whatever. Anything a little bit does help. So we appreciate it. Thank you very much. Go Birds, as Q say, and more importantly, like and subscribe. Q knows what's up. So, all right, well, that's going to be it for us for the Football Smack Talk show. Eric, you got anything to add before we pop on out?
Nah.
All right. Well, keeping it classy, keeping that streak alive. 325 down. So many more to go. Cal, he's coming for you. But all right, y'all. Have yourself a great week. We'll probably come to you live tailgating. And if you're out there, please let us know. Lot M, come find us, grab a beer, play whatever, cornhole, whatever we got going on. We put on a pretty good show. But yeah, other than that, we're out of here for the Football Smack Talk show. I'm Ryan.
I'm Eric. Happy football, everybody. Go Birds.
Go Birds.